Do you have a rising preschooler? Then you're definitely going to want to see this video. Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor, lawyer, turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 8, 5, and 3. My 3-year-old will be turning 4 in the fall and she's ready for a little bit more of a structured curriculum, and I decided to go with a company that I have used before for my middle child, the Crafty Classroom. We use their Read curriculum. I'll link that video up above, and we really enjoyed it. I thought it did a great job of reinforcing skills that she already had. And for my rising preschooler or pre-K student, we are using their Alphabet of the Week curriculum, their Number of the Week curriculum, their Shapes of the Week curriculum, as well as their Alphabet Review Kit. And I'll go through each of these individually. If you're interested in purchasing any of these, you can use my affiliate link in the description box down below. And the Crafty Classroom has very kindly provided a 10% off code to my viewers, Happy Home 10, all in caps. And that link will only be valid through June 30th, 2018, so be sure to look at the description box down below and click on the link to take you to the site so you can peruse all of their excellent products. So to start with, you'll notice that the alphabet curriculum sheet is just a handout right now, and I'll show you why, because I'm storing this one in a file box, and I'll show you that last. So I'm going to start off by describing their Number of the Week curriculum, and this is designed to be a 31-week curriculum scheduled over a 4-day week. It covers the numbers 0 to 30, and it is ready to go for you. It's one of my favorite things about the Crafty Classroom is that you can literally just download the PDF, hit print, and call it a day. The Number of the Week curriculum pretty much fits into this 1-inch binder, and I printed the cover in color, as you can see, but the rest of the pages in black and white just to save myself some printing ink. If you are interested in having your printing outsourced, though, I have recently been using the Homeschool Printing Company and loving them. Later on this month or next month, I'll do a video on that for you, but definitely check them out. As I mentioned, the Number of the Week curriculum covers the numbers 0 through 30, and it's designed for a 4-day curriculum. So you will have a little instruction here with an overview where it shows you what kinds of pages you'll have for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And if you notice, the Monday pages generally have a number chart, which is actually a very pretty color printable that you can print out and laminate and have set up around your room. And then it also has a little number mat here, and you can use Play-Doh to form the number, and you can use counters to practice counting on these 10 frames. On Tuesday you have some number handwriting, on Wednesday you have a number maze, and then on Thursday you have a number activity page, and there's a little variety of activities on that page. And there's optional review pages as well, and you'll see that. In the appendix here, they have games. So they have number bingo, and they also have a really cute feature, number bracelets. So you can actually print them out and then cut them out, and the kid can wear them as bracelets. I'm going to reprint this out so the number bracelets and the number bingos are in color so that we can use them. Here, it starts off with the number 0, which I like because sometimes that can be a hard concept for kids to get. So here you have like your Monday page where you have the number and you have a mat, you have a little Play-Doh area, and then you have, as I mentioned, 10 frames where you can practice it. And obviously on the 0 page, there'll be very little to do. Here you have some handwriting practice, and then you can use a dabber to follow your number through the maze, which is always fun. Easy and cheap dabbers, by the way, if you don't want to spring for an actual dabbing art kit, are the bingo markers that you can get at the Dollar Tree. When you keep going, you have this activity page, and you can find the number, you can go through a number maze, you can write the number word, you can trace the numeral, you can sign the number, which I thought was a nice feature, a little ASL there, and you can clap that many times. And then it goes on in that vein, pretty much the same way, all the way through. And I really like the fact that each day kind of gives you another focus. And obviously, if you want to do this all in one day, you can. If you want to do it over a few days, you can do that too. There's no right or wrong way to do this. For example, when I was using the Read curriculum by the Crafty Classroom, I did not follow their schedule because sometimes my daughter didn't want to do the particular page that was assigned for that day, and I would let her choose which page she would like to do. So we'll see how it goes for my preschooler. But as you see, it keeps going, and it's really cute. It says go slow and check. So they can take their time and check because it's not a million different times that they have to write the number. So you see it's going to 15. Here's another follow your number. Here's signing the number 18. I can count and hop to 18, so the activities change. Sometimes it's clapping, jumping jacks here, and it goes straight on through. And then I'll just show you the appendices at the end. You have number bingo, your bingo cards, and then you have the number bracelets. And here you can actually print these on cardstock if you want. You could print them out on regular paper and laminate them, but they can count and read the number 11, and you can either put the stickers on their bracelets, they could use little dots, they could draw 11 things. You can really use it in a variety of different ways. And that is their number of the week curriculum, and I think it's just a really nicely put together curricula that will definitely give your kids practice in the numbers 0 through 30. It's a really gentle program. I like that it builds on the same activities so that kids can get really used to the format. They know what to expect. It can even be a really nice morning work program because your child by the 3rd or 4th week should know how to do these pages, and they'll develop that self-confidence as they go along. So again, another great program from the Crafty Classroom. Next, I'm going to show you the Shapes notebook, and this is designed to be a 10-week program. And it's also 4 days a week. It's very hands-on, which I like. Again, I printed the cover in color and then the rest of it in black and white, though they are very nice color printables. I like that they have instructions for you and like an organized format. So week 1 is circles, week 7 is diamonds, week 10 is stars, etc. I like how their instructions are very simple and straightforward. There isn't this 30-page unnecessarily detailed parent-teacher guide. It is really open and go, and you don't find that often in printable curricula nowadays. I think sometimes people forget that less is sometimes more, especially when it comes to younger children who really have a lot more learning to do than just sitting at a table. So here you have like their schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday again. So on Monday, you're going to have a shape chart, which again, you can print out in color. It's very pretty. You could have it on display. And then you have a shape maze, and it has other little things to do for symmetry and a dot to dot. And then you have Tuesday is shape tracing and a Play-Doh mat. And then Wednesday you have shape find. So you find that particular shape of the week. And then you have a cut and paste activity featuring that shape. On Thursday, you have Draw with Shapes, which is an activity where you draw real-life items that involve that shape, and then you have a dot-to-dot art activity with that shape. The appendix, again, includes a shapes review chart, very pretty printable, and then you have a shape sorting game. So you'll have different sorting cards with different shapes, and you can put them onto the actual mats. And what I might do is print those pages out again in color, laminate them, laminate the cards, and have some file folder games in a way. So here you have circle. I like that they talk about how many sides they have and how many corners. Again, you can print that page out in color. And if you keep going, it has the maze, the symmetry, dot to dot, some tracing, a Play-Doh mat, a search and find, some actual real life figures that you can cut out. Those were balloons, and you can draw some things. Like here you could draw a sun that has a circle, a flower has a circle, a snowman has circles, and then whatever the child thinks of themselves, maybe a ring or a hula hoop. And then you have a dot to dot or dab and dot here. And then it goes on right through. So you have triangles, you have ovals, trapezoids, diamonds, hexagons, hearts, I might be skipping a few, stars, and then in the appendix, as I mentioned before, the shape reference chart, the shape sorting cards. So you have 3 pages of shape sorting cards, and then you have the actual mats where you can sort the shapes onto. So again, a really nice self-contained curricula, which will take you definitely through all the shapes. Next, I'm going to show you their alphabet weekly review pack. To save some space in our homeschool room, I basically just slid this into the back of my binder for shapes, and it fits quite nicely, these two, into one binder. So here we have their alphabet weekly review pack, and basically that just contains the letter of the day review worksheets, and it reviews both the uppercase and lowercase letter, and there's 4 assessment cards for each week of review, so you can use 1 a day, and they have instructions on them for how you would do the assessment. This is designed to be used with the alphabet curriculum notebook, which I'll show you next, and you can have a review week every 4 weeks just to cover the previous 4 letters learned. So letters A through D in week 1, letters E through H in week 2, etc. And each of these weeks would be 4 weeks in. So week 1 would be done at week 4, week 2 would be done at the end of week 8, etc. And it again splits it out into a really nice 4-day-a-week type of curricula, where in the first review week on Monday, you would have the letter of the day worksheet, and then you have a stroke chart, a sound chart, a puzzle, flashcards, and bingo, and that repeats for each day, and then an assessment card. So here's the letter of the day worksheet here, and it's just A. You can see there's some tracing here, there's what begins with A, uppercase and lowercase, there's an A maze, and A written in all different ways here, like A in italic, A in text, A in block letters, A in cursive, A in sort of a more fancy cursive, and A in ASL, which is really nice. I like that they include ASL here, and this just goes straight through with 1 page for that letter all the way to the end. And here you have the assessment cards. And if you see the instructions, it says instruct children to touch their finger under each letter and say each letter name, move across in rows, and color in a star for each row complete. So it's done by rows. Q, R, S, T, and then by the time they get here, it's R, Q, S, Q. So you're identifying both lowercase and uppercase and being able to say the sound. So every 4 letters, you'll have another assessment card, see? And so it prints out already organized for you. Again, a hugely helpful feature of the Crafty Classroom. They don't even make you organize it to that extent. A lot of curricula will have something like this, assessment cards printed out as a different file, and then you have to schedule it and organize it and find it. And honestly, with 3 kids to homeschool, it's just too much of a hassle for me. So there's this, and next I'm going to show you their alphabet curriculum notebook, which I actually am storing in file folders just to make my life simpler. I am keeping the entire alphabet curriculum notebook in this Sterilite container, as you can see, and I will show you the contents of it in a second. When you open my Sterilite container, you can see that I've labeled all the file folders with a letter of the week, so it goes from A to Z. And in the A folder, I've also kept some of the basic documents that tell you how to use this curriculum. So if you look at it, here's the cover page in beautiful color, and you can print out everything in color. As I said, it has a simple way of getting started. It is actually about, I believe, 650 pages, and you have a weekly format set up for 4 days a week for 26 weeks. There is prep here that they list out. There are some things to cut out for the games, like flashcards, bingo, and letter puzzles, but very little, and they suggest how you can store those. They have a suggested calendar for both 4 days a week and 3 days a week, again, giving you lots of flexibility. Every day of the week has different activities for this curriculum, which is nice because it keeps the kids engaged. So you have how to write a stroke chart, beginning letter coloring page, handwriting practice, a daily math worksheet. You have beginning letter charts, I can color worksheet, write and read worksheets, race to the top, blank alphabet worksheets, finding the letter worksheets, tracing, counting and graphing, letter shape puzzles, ABC quilt worksheets, write and read blank worksheets, and alphabet memory flashcards, and bingo. As in all their other curriculums, they lay it out for you in this way also, just in a few pages, so not a hugely extensive teacher guide, where they have Monday and they tell you exactly what pages are for Monday, what pages are for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And again, how you do this is really up to you, but you'll have a beautiful set printed out and ready to go for you. Just to make it a little easier to see, I decided to take that off of the box, but here you have I can write A, and it tells you exactly the motions you would need to write the A, which is sometimes really helpful. Then you have a coloring page with A's for alpaca. You have some tracing. I like how they do the actual stroke practice first before they get into letter practice. The daily math worksheet, which is nice because it gently introduces really simple math. Give the ant 6 legs. You do a little measuring, a little simple addition, counting and tallying. Again, a little simple addition, circle what comes next, color the first apple, so ordinal numbers, put an X on the 5th apple. Here you can draw 2 things and then 1 thing to equal 3 things. And then you have a little number line to fill out. So really nice little intro to math as well. Then you have a beginning letter chart, which shows the kids 10 different beginning letter words. You can hang this up. The color printout is really quite pretty. You can print two for a matching game if you wanted and cut out the pieces. You can do a lot of different things with that one. Here you have I Can Color, which has a variety of different beginning letter pictures within the uppercase letter. So you can find these on Pinterest and everything, but like I said, the Crafty Classroom makes it so easy for you because it's all here. Like almost every single letter printable you would want to use is included in this program, and it's really inexpensive. I believe the alphabet curriculum is about $15. Here you have different things that start with A and a little bit of A writing practice. And then here you have Race to the Top. So you use a little paper clip and a pencil and you make a little spinner. And actually my daughter, for the reading curriculum, found that a little bit complicated. So I would just put a brad through these pages and let her use a paper clip on that. Super easy. And then we would just move the brad every day. Here you have some tracing, and then they can write how many spins landed on it every time. Here's a little Play-Doh mat. You can also use that as a dot-to-dot mat for both the uppercase and the lowercase. You can use it for stickers, stamps, whatever you want. And then one with the combined. Here you have a search and find for the letter A. You have some tracing again. Here you have graphing and counting. So the kids can count up the letter items and then graph them accordingly. So how many apples do they see, how many axes, etc. Again, a little math practice thrown in. Here you have a letter-shaped puzzle. So the puzzles can be cut out and laminated ahead of time if you wanted. But you can have 4 different pages per letter. So you have this one with the A words in it, this one which is blank. You have one that has like a puzzle orientation where you could print this out on cardstock or print it out in color and laminate it and then cut it apart. And here you have another one where they could draw in the pictures if they wanted of A things. And so they, again, practice writing the letter. They can color this and they can make an ABC quilt out of it. So you could actually put this in a quilt pocket chart. You can build the picture. You can do it on poster board so that at the end of the curricula they would have an entire poster board with letters, or just you could do it on the wall or the door or anywhere. But here you would read the words, you would write in the letter and practice reading in the words. Here you have alphabet memory flashcards. You can use them many different ways. You can use them, you can bind them with a circle clip so they could be on a circle like flashcards. You can keep them in a box. You can sort them. You can practice ABC order later on with them. As you go through the entire curriculum, you'll have a huge collection of little sight word cards for next year when you're teaching reading. Here you have another type of alphabet flashcard. You can use these just as something that you put up on the wall. You can put them in the student's binder. You can just have it as a coloring page. And here you have alphabet bingo, so letter A 4 in a row. I hope you enjoyed this little overview of the preschool curricula that I got from the Crafty Classroom. I bought this myself. I am an affiliate though, so if you would like to use the link I provided down below, I would appreciate it. And don't forget to use the code for 10% off. I will list it in the description box below, and it was also floating around this video. So thanks so much as always, you guys. I appreciate your time. Good luck finding curricula this summer. I really advise you to follow your gut. Think about what will work in your homeschool. Just because some of us like something doesn't mean it will work for you. But if you are a no-nonsense mama who wants to just kind of print and go, I could not recommend a better resource for you than the Crafty Classroom. The ladies who run the shop are incredibly kind, and I am so happy to be using their products again, and I know my daughter will love it. So thanks so much for watching. As always, I wish you the very best of luck with your summer and finding all the curricula goodies that you're going to use for next year.